Good evening, everyone. So in the last class, we have started steps to develop JDBC application, right? Before that, I told you, if you want to develop the Java program to communicate or interact with database server, three things are required: database server, JDBC driver, and JDBC application. JDBC application means Java program with JDBC. And we have discussed steps to develop JDBC application. I told you there are 5 steps are there to develop JDBC application. Step 1, register the JDBC. Step 2, create or establish it. Step 3, create the statement. Step 4, execute the SQL query. And the last step, close the connection. And the last step is close the connection. Is this clear? Then we have discussed about first step we have started. To understand first step, we have started understanding JDBC driver. I've told you Java database server is developed in native languages, that is C++ languages. So database contains native function, database native function. So to communicate or interact with database server, we have to use database native function. And then we have a Java program. Java program is developed in Java language, correct or not? So now my Java program wants to communicate or interact with database server. So my Java program, if my Java program wants to communicate with database server, now my Java program should call database native function, right or not? So can we call database native function from Java program directly? We cannot, because both are developed in different languages. So we need a translator who can convert Java calls into database native function calls. Or the translator is JDBC driver. So JDBC driver is a translator which converts Java calls into database native function calls. Apart from this, JDBC driver is a software software component which helps the Java program to communicate or interact with database server. Is this clear? Okay. After that, we have discussed types of JDBC driver. How many types of JDBC drivers are? There are 4 types of JDBC drivers. Type 1, which is also called JDBC ODBC bridge driver. Type 2, which is also called native API driver. Type 3, which is also called network protocol driver. Type 4, which is also called thin. Is this clear, everyone? Now, type 4 is also called as thin driver, is purely developed in Java, and it is the fastest JDBC driver, So type 1, type 2, and type 3 JDBC drivers are not purely developed in Java. Some part is developed in Java, some part is developed in native language. So Java calls should be converted to native function calls, right or not? That's why these 3 types of JDBC drivers are slow. Following or not? So, and I told you the latest version of JDBC API is 4.3, correct? So from JDBC API 4.0 onwards, type 1 JDBC driver is completely removed from JDBC. From JDBC API 4.0, we have only 3 types of JDBC driver: type 2, type 3, and type 4. Right? After that, we have discussed about in Java.SQL package, we have an interface called driver interface. So what is driver? Driver is an interface. Is this clear? Now, tell me, so can we create object to driver interface? No. Now we can create implementation class to driver interface and create object to its implementation class. So now the question is, what is driver class? A class which provides the implementation to driver interface. A class which provides the implementation to driver interface is called as driver class. Is called as which class? Driver class. So what is driver class? A class which provides the implementation to driver interface is called as which class? Driver class. Is this clear, everyone? So a class which provides the implementation to driver interface is called as driver class. So let me, all the database vendors, see here, we have driver interface, correct? So all the database vendors, have provided implementation class to driver interface or not? All the database vendors have provided implementation class to driver interface, and that class is called as driver class, driver class. Yes or no? So who has developed driver class? Database vendors have developed driver classes. So one driver class or couple of driver classes? Couple of driver classes. So see, Oracle database vendor provided. Who provided? Oracle database vendor has provided implementation class to driver interface, and that implementation class is called which class? Driver class. Which driver class? Oracle driver class. Are you following or not? Is this clear? In the same way, MySQL database vendor also provided. So MySQL database vendor also provided implementation class 2 driver interface, and that implementation class is called which class? Driver class. Which driver class? MySQL driver class. You following or not? Now Sybase database vendor also provided implementation class 2 driver interface, right or not? That is called Sybase driver class, etc. Right? Is this clear? I will tell you driver class name debate. Clear now? So who provided implementation classes to driver interface? So driver database vendors have developed driver classes. Database vendors have developed driver classes. In driver class, database vendors have written the code or logic, to convert Java calls into database native function calls. In driver class, database vendors have written the code or logic to convert Java calls into database native function calls. So driver class is nothing but JDBC driver. So driver class is nothing but JDBC driver. So JDBC driver is driver class, or driver class is JDBC driver. So JDBC driver is driver class. Driver class is JDBC driver. Are you following or not? Understood? So who is JDBC driver? Driver class. Are you following or not? Who is JDBC driver? Who is driver class? JDBC driver. Who's driver class? JDBC driver. Who's JDBC driver? Driver class. Understanding of. And driver class is an implementation class of driver interface. Now let me tell you that driver class name. I already told you 4 types of JDBC drivers are there. The fastest JDBC driver is thin driver, type 4. And we are using type 4 only. Every time I will not tell now. Type 4, type 4, type 4. We are using type 4 only. So this driver class is this driver class is JDBC driver. Which is JDBC driver? Type 4. This driver class is JDBC driver. Which is JDBC driver? Type 4. JDBC driver. Are you following? So listen. So what is the driver class name? So in case of Oracle database, in case of Oracle, that right or not? That Oracle driver class name is, okay, Oracle driver class name is oracle.jdbc.driver. What is oracle.jdbc.driver? You don't know. Package name. Which name? And what is Oracle driver? Class name. And what is Oracle driver? And what is this? Fully qualified name of the class. Fully qualified name of the. This is the class name. This is the class name. So everyone understood this or not? So this is driver class. Which driver class? Oracle driver class. Which type? Oracle driver class is JDBC driver. Which type? Type 4. Which type? Type 4. Is this clear, everyone? Okay, in the same way. So let me tell you MySQL driver class name, shall we? So what is that? com dot JDBC dot driver. Are you following or not? So this is fully qualified name of the class name. This is MySQL driver class name. Which driver class name? Driver class is JDBC driver. Driver class is. So these are which type of JDBC drivers? Type 4. Type 4 JDBC drivers these are. Driver class is JDBC driver. Are the following? See, Oracle type 4 driver class. And driver class is JDBC driver. So what is the name? Oracle dot JDBC dot driver dot Oracle. Actually, class name is Oracle driver. This is package name. Now package name dot class name is fully qualified. So this is Oracle type 4 JDBC driver. Are driver class is JDBC driver. Are you following or not? This is Oracle type 4 driver class. And driver class is JDBC driver. This is the name. So this is JDBC driver. Which is JDBC driver? Oracle type 4 JDBC driver. Or Oracle type 4 driver class means Oracle type 4 JDBC driver. Is this clear, everyone? Now this is MySQL type 4 JDBC driver class. What is this? MySQL type 4 JDBC driver class. Is this clear? This is MySQL. This is MySQL type 4 JDBC driver class. What is the name? com.mysql.jdbc.driver. Sorry, I think I've written wrong. Yes. com dot JDBC. com dot MySQL dot which one? Driver dot driver. Is this clear? I've written the name. This is the name. com dot MySQL dot JDBC dot driver. So you need to remove that. Okay. JDBC dot driver. This is MySQL type 4 driver class. Driver class is JDBC driver. Which is JDBC driver? MySQL type 4 JDBC driver. Are you following or not? We are using only two databases, Oracle and that's why I'm giving only those class names. Are you following or not? Is this clear, everyone? So this is Oracle type 4 JDBC driver. This is MySQL type 4 JDBC driver. And JDBC driver is driver class. Is this clear, everyone? So driver class is JDBC driver. JDBC driver is driver class. I hope you understood this. Following, everyone? Following or not? Now let's try, shall we? So listen, JDBC driver is driver class and driver class is an implementation class of driver interface which is provided by database vendor. So database vendors have developed driver classes. Is this clear, everyone? Clear, okay? Clear, okay? Driver class is JDBC driver. And which is JDBC driver we are using? Type 4. I told the name of type 4 driver, JDBC driver, MySQL and Oracle. Okay. These are implementation classes of driver interface. Let's try. Now, clear, okay? Now, listen, we have a package called java.sql or in java.sql package, we have a class whose name is driver manager. Whose name is driver. So driver manager is a class available in java.sql package. So let me tell you the importance of driver manager class. So listen, driver manager is a class available in java.sql package. So what driver manager will do? Say name itself, driver manager who manages JDBC drivers. Driver manager manages JDBC driver. We have one JDBC driver. We have different JDBC drivers or not? Tell me. Oracle JDBC driver, MySQL JDBC, Sybase JDBC. So different JDBC drivers are there or not? By default, we are using type 4 only. No need to say type 4 to 1, type 4. Are you following or not? Okay. So listen. So driver manager manages set of JDBC drivers. We have a lot of JDBC drivers. Who manages all JDBC drivers? Driver manager. So what do you mean by manages JDBC driver? Driver manager manages set of JDBC driver. What do you mean by this? So listen, driver manager maintains a list of JDBC drivers. A list. of JDBC driver. Who maintains? Driver manager. Driver manager maintains. It maintains a list of JDBC drivers. Are you following or not? Now, after that, what JDBC driver will do? When we try to create or establish the connection with the database server, driver manager class, are you following? Picks up, driver manager class picks up the appropriate JDBC driver from the list of registered JDBC driver. See this, driver manager maintains a list of JDBC drivers. When we try to create or establish the connection with the database server, driver manager takes or takes appropriate JDBC driver from the list of registered JDBC drivers. Are you following or not? And allows the Java program to use the JDBC driver to communicate or interact with database server, and helps the Java program to use JDBC driver to communicate or interact with the database server. Are you following or not? This is called managing JDBC drivers. So what do you mean by managing JDBC drivers? A driver manager is a class available in java.sql package. Driver manager manages set of JDBC driver. What do you mean by manages set of JDBC driver? Driver manager maintains a list of JDBC drivers. When we try to create or establish the connection with the database server, driver manager takes appropriate JDBC driver from the list of registered JDBC driver and helps the Java program to use JDBC driver to communicate or interact with the database server, and helps Java program to use JDBC driver to communicate or interact with database server. Are you following or not? This is called registering JDBC driver, maintaining a list of JDBC driver. And when we try to create or establish the connection with the database, taking the appropriate JDBC driver from the list of registered JDBC driver and helping the Java program to use JDBC driver to communicate with database is called registering the JDBC. Sorry, it's called managing the JDBC driver. Managing the JDBC driver means this one. Are you following or not? I hope you understood the importance of driver manager class or not. Answer me, please. Clear or not clear? Driver manager maintains a list of JDBC driver, Oracle JDBC driver, MySQL JDBC drivers. It maintains a list of JDBC driver. When we try to create or establish the connection with the database server, then driver manager takes or picks the appropriate JDBC driver. If it is Oracle database, it will take Oracle JDBC driver. If it is MySQL database, it will take MySQL appropriate JDBC driver from the list of registered JDBC driver, and helps Java program to use that JDBC driver to communicate or interact with database server. You got it or not? This is called managing set of JDBC drivers. Are you following or not? Now, let's start the first step. Steps to develop JDBC application. How many steps are there? So what is the step one? Register the JDBC driver. Let's start the first step, shall we? So what do you mean by register the JDBC driver? So listen, shall I? JDBC driver is driver class. JDBC driver is, which is an implementation class of FS developed by database vendor, correct or not? So listen, shall I? You know driver manager? Okay, listen. So who manages set of JDBC drivers? So tell me, how to choose JDBC driver? Based on how to choose JDBC driver? Which JDBC driver we have to use? Based on database we have to choose. Suppose if we are using Oracle database, use Oracle JDBC driver. MySQL means MySQL JDBC driver. And JDBC driver is driver class. And we know the driver class names also. And these drivers are which type? Type 4. Okay. So listen, what do you mean by registering the JDBC driver? Very easy. Creating the driver class object. A driver class is JDBC driver. Creating the driver class object and giving driver class object to driver manager class. Who manages set of JDBC driver? So it maintains a list of JDBC drivers now. So we have to create driver class object and give this driver class object to driver manager because it manages na JDBC driver. It maintains a list of JDBC driver na. That's why we have to give driver class object to driver manager class so that it will manage JDBC driver. Now the question is how to give driver class object to driver manager class. So to give driver class object to driver manager class, one method Sun Microsystem has provided. In which class? Driver manager class only, which is a static method whose name is register driver. So Sun Microsystem has provided one static method in driver manager class to give driver class object to driver manager class. What is the method? Register driver. Giving the driver, are you following or not? So giving the driver class object to driver manager class is called registering the JDBC driver. So listen. So what do you mean by registering the JDBC driver? Creating the driver class object and giving driver class object to driver manager class using register driver method is called registering the JDBC driver. Creating the driver class object. Driver class is JDBC driver. And giving driver class object to driver manager class by using register driver method is called as registering the JDBC driver is called as. So creating the driver class object and giving driver class object to driver manager class by using register driver method is called as registering the JDBC driver. I hope you understood this. So see, in driver manager class, Sun Microsystem has provided one static method. Which method? Static method whose name is register driver. What this method will do? Register driver method register the JDBC driver with the driver manager, which is a class. Register driver method registers the JDBC driver with the driver manager class. Registering is giving driver class object to driver manager class so that it maintains a list of JDBC driver and manages. Is called registering the JDBC driver. Are you following or not? But you tell me register driver method is taking one parameter or not? This parameter, right or not? It is a reference variable or primitive variable? Reference variable. Reference variable of which class? So we need to pass driver class object or not? But you tell me driver is a class, driver is an interface. Can we create object of driver? We can create object of its implementation class is called driver class. Driver class is JDBC driver. Are you following or not? Okay. Give driver class object here, pass. Driver class is an implementation class of driver interface. Now, interface we cannot create object. We can create reference variable. But using interface reference variable, we can hold implementation class object. We cannot hold implementation class object. So its implementation class is driver class. So pass driver class object here. Are you following or not? So tell me, we are using Oracle database. We are using, so we have to use which is JDBC driver? Oracle JDBC driver. Which type? Type 4. What is the name of that type 4 Oracle JDBC driver class? What is the name? Type 4 other name is 10. Class name, driver class name. Driver class name. Driver class is JDBC driver. Which is JDBC driver? Type 4 or thin driver. Okay. Driver class name. This driver class is JDBC driver. Which is type? Type 4 or thin driver. Other name. But driver class name I'm asking. Oracle dot JDBC dot driver dot Oracle. Class name is Oracle driver. Package name is oracle.jdbc.driver, and this is fully qualified name. And this Oracle driver is an implementation class of driver interface. So create driver interface reference variable to hold implementation class object, driver class. Tell me, create driver class object, shall we? So driver D. Driver is an interface. We are creating reference variable. Now using driver interface reference variable, we can hold implementation class object, driver class object. Which is database we are using? Oracle. So you create Oracle JDBC driver class object, which is type 4 or thin driver. Tell me. New. Array, what Oracle? New. New or old? Old, I think. New. New. Space. Oracle dot. JDBC dot. Oracle dot. JDBC dot. Driver dot. Oracle driver. Create object. Oracle database we are using. Oracle driver class. Type 4. Thin driver. This is the name. Who has developed this? Oracle database vendor. Create object. It's an implementation class of driver interface. Don't get confused. Confusing, na? Creating driver class object. After that, we have to give this driver class object to driver manager class using register driver method. What is this called? The JDBC driver. Tell me how to give this driver class object to driver manager class by using register driver method. Register driver method is a static method available in which class? Driver manager class. How to call? By using class name. What is the class name? Driver dot. Driver dot. Driver manager. Dot. Register driver. And it take what as a parameter? Driver object as a parameter. But can we create object to driver? It's an interface. We can create only reference variable, but we can create object to its implementation class is driver class. Driver class is JDBC driver. Already we created object or not? Now pass D. Driver is registered. So who manages this JDBC driver? Driver manager. It manages. Are you following or not? This is called registering the JDBC driver. If it is Oracle database, create object of Oracle JDBC, MySQL. If it is MySQL database, we have to create object of MySQL driver class, this driver class, this driver class. If it is Sybase, find out the name of the driver class. Okay. These driver classes are which type? Type 4. Thin drivers these are. Type 4 only. Type 1, type 2, type 3, leave it. Okay. So with this, which step we have completed? First step completed. Now everyone understood? No. Understood? Frankly tell me, understood? Everyone? Confusion. Confusion is there. Driver class is JDBC driver. For different databases, we have different JDBC drivers. All database vendor provided implementation to driver interface. Remember. And these driver classes are JDBC driver. Which type? Type 4 or thin drivers. Other name. Okay. Confusion. Ask me if you have any doubts, any confusion. First step is come. I'm closing now. I will start second step. I will complete all the steps today. I will complete first program today. Okay. Everyone. Following or not? Confusion. Corner. Confusion. This corner. Confusion. Confusion is there. Here and there. Confusion. Confusion. Okay. Clear? Shall I move on to second one? Let's see the second step. Shall we? You register the drive. Now let's see second step. What is the second step? create or establish the connection. Let's try. So next step is create or establish. So listen, see it. What is the name? Found dot JDBC dot right. Live. Shall we? Shall we? Let's start. Now listen. We have database server and we have Java program. We have Java program and we have database server. Is this clear? So we have database server and we have Java program. So tell me, if my Java program wants to communicate or interact with database server, I don't know, my Java program should create or establish the connection with the database server or not? Yes, my Java program should create or establish the connection with the database server, correct or not? So if the program wants to communicate or interact with the database server, the Java program must create or establish the Java program establish the connection with the interact with the database server. Java program must create or establish the connection with database server. And this connection will be a which connection? Logical connection, not a physical connection. So how to create or establish the connection, right? How Java program can create or establish the connection with the database server. So listen everyone, we have one important class in JDBC. What is the driver manager? Yes, it manages set of JDBC driver. We know that, correct or not? So we have a class called driver manager, correct? In driver manager class, we have one method. Register driver, we have one method, which is a static method only, whose name is get connection. Whose name is so get connection is method, static method available in driver manager class. So how to call get method? How driver manager dot get connection. Okay. Now get connection method return type is connection. Get connection method return type is the return type of get connection method is connection. Connection is an interface. So get connection method returns object of connection. Actually, connection is an interface. If the return type of a method is interface, that method returns object of interface or its implementation class. So indirectly we say connection. Indirectly, it returns object of connection interface implementation class. Okay. Okay. You tell me implementation class is implementation class type as well as interface type. So get connection method creates and returns the object of implementation class of connection interface as connection type or its implementation class type. As connection type, are you following or not? Interface type, not implementation class type. That's why we need to hold that implementation class object using connection interface reference variable. Are you following or not? Okay, okay, done. Clear? Now, apart from this, get connection method takes 3 parameters. How many? It is having 3 parameters. All are string type. All are first parameter is string username. String which username? Database username. Second, string password. Which password? Database password. Already we have database Oracle. We created a user with a username and password. What is the username? FP 12M underscore. So that username password in get connection. Right, to create or restore connection, we need username and password. Third parameter is string database URL. What is database URL? I will tell you. Say string database URL. Sorry. First parameter is database URL. Second is database username. Third one is database password. We know password, username, but we don't know database URL. Is this clear or not? So we have database URL, correct? And see return time. So listen, get connection method. Now get connection method is used to create or establish the connection with the database server. Get connection method is used to create or establish the connection with the database server. But if get connection method wants to create or establish the connection with the database server, get connection method must to know the information of the database. Without knowing the information of the database, get connection method will create or establish the connection with the database, right or not? So what information get connection method needs? Database name, which database, on which computer, which machine database is available or running. So we need on which machine or computer database is running. That machine IP address. Java program is in my machine. Database is in, suppose, in other machine, server machine. So my Java program wants to create or establish the connection with the database, which is in other machine, server machine. So I need database name and the IP address of the machine on which the database is running now. And a lot of machines are there. On which machine database is there? How do we know? That's why we need IP address now. Plus, we should know protocol. Oracle database supports which protocol? Thin protocol also need. And Oracle database uses one port number 1521. While installation, I've told you that port number also required. And this database is a which edition? Express edition or enterprise edition. To represent Express edition, we use XC. To represent enterprise edition, we use ORCL in Oracle. So all this information is available where? In database URL. So first parameter, database URL now. So all this information, database name, the IP address of the machine or where database is running and available, the port number of the database, the protocol which database uses, and it is which edition, Express or Enterprise. All this information is available in database URL. Are you following or not? That's why the get connection method takes. That's why get connection method takes database URL as a parameter. So are you following or not? So from database URL, in database URL, what will be available? Database information will be available, like database name, the IP address of the computer on which database is running, the port number, the protocol, and which edition, Express, right or not? All this information is available in database URL. So get connection method gets the information of the database using database URL. Okay. And then using database username and password, get connection method will connect to database server and establishes the connection with the database server. Are you following or not? And right or not? After establishing the connection with the database server, get connection method creates connection object. Which object? And returns connection object. This connection object represents which connection? Database connection. Are you following or not? So see this. Get connection method uses database URL to know the information of the database, and username and password to create or establish the connection with the database server. Are you following or not? Now, get connection method represents the database connection, represents the database connection by creating connection object, by creating Get connection method using username and password. See, get connection method uses database URL. Which URL? Database URL. Correct. To know the information of the database. Correct. To know the information of the database. Right or not? To know the information of the database. And username password. Username password to create or establish the connection with the database server. Username and password. Get connection method uses username and password to create or establish the connection with the database server. Then get connection method represents database connection by creating connection object. By creating database connection, get connection method represent as, are you following or not? Get connection method represent database connection by creating connection object. So this connection object represent database connection and returns connection object and returns. So here connection object represent which connection? Hope you understood this. So now the question is, from where we need to get database URL? Listen, database vendors are responsible to provide database URL. Who are responsible to provide database URL? Database vendors. Database vendors are responsible to provide database URL. So who provides database URL? Database vendors are responsible to provide database URL. Are you following? So who provides database URL? Database vendors. Database vendors are responsible to provide database URL. Are you following or not? So for every database, we have one database URL. For Oracle database, we have one database URL. For MySQL database, we have that database URL. So from where we can find this database URL? Every database vendor will have some website, right? In their website, they will provide some documentation. As part of their documentation, they will provide database URL. Are you following or not? But I will tell you database URL for Oracle and MySQL. So for Oracle, the database URL which is provided by Oracle database vendor is Oracle which one? Oracle colon thin colon @localhost colon 1521 colon xc. This is the database URL for Oracle database. Is this clear? See this. Database vendors are responsible to provide database URL. So what is Oracle database URL name? JDBC colon Oracle colon thin colon @localhost. What do you mean by localhost? Localhost means the machine which we are using. Or a same machine my database is running now. That's why I'm taking localhost. Instead of localhost, I can take 127.0.0.1 also. Suppose if my database is not in my machine, it is in some different machine, then I need to use the IP address of other machine. And then colon 1521 port number colon XC Express Edition thin protocol Oracle database name. Are you following? And URL start with JDBC. Are you following or not? So for MySQL database URL, JDBC colon MySQL colon / localhost colon 3306 / database name. In MySQL, we create database now. The database name we have to specify. Who provide this database URL? Database vendor. Are you following or not? So we no need to worry. We can find this database URL from online also. We can find out. Are you following or not? Is this clear, everyone? I hope you got the clarity. So shall we try? Shall we try to create or establish the connection with the database server? So tell me which method we have to use? Get connection method, which is a static method available in which class? Tell me how to call that method. Driver manager dot this one get connection. This method takes how many parameters? What all are three? Which type? String type. First one, database URL. Second one, username. Third one, tell me the password. Welcome one, username. P12 underscore ep13. ep13, right or not? Database URL for Oracle. Oracle dot, sorry, JDBC colon, Oracle colon, thin colon, @localhost colon 1521 colon xc. From database URL, get connection method, get the information of the database, and using username and password, connect with the database. Then create or establish the connection with the database and represent database connection by creating connection object and returns connection object. So it returns connection object or not? So hold connection object in connection class reference variable. Are you following or not? So this con means, con is an object of connection. Here con is object of connection, which represents database connection, which represents. I hope you understood this concept, understood the importance of database URL also. You just remember. I remember, see, JDBC colon, Oracle colon, theme colon, @localhost colon, 1.21 colon, XC. For MySQL, JDBC colon, MySQL colon, / localhost colon, 3306 / database name, whatever the name. While practicing, you will remember automatically. Are you following or not? If you don't remember, search on internet. Is this clear? Okay. Which step is completed? Connection. Second step is completed. Create or establish the connection. Now connection is ready or not ready? So between Java program and database server, connection is ready. Connection is established. This connection is a physical connection, logical connection. So connection is established or not? Okay. Now listen. So let's see the third step. What is third step? Create the statement object. Create the. So listen, everyone. Shall I? So listen. Do you know a connection is like a road? A connection is like a road between Java program and database server. Okay. So road is ready or not ready? Road is ready. Connection is like a road. Connection is like a road. Where is Rohit Sharma? Where is Rohit Sharma? Gone? Call. In call JDBC, someone is explaining. Let's try. Shall we? Post Java JDBC program. Call. I'm telling it's going on. Okay. Let's start. Shall we? Everyone. See it. See it. So connection is like a road. So connection is ready. Road is ready. Connection is like a road. So connection, road is ready between Java program and database server. Now what we need? Now what we need? Cycle, right on. What happened? Now what we need? Track. You drive. So now road is ready or not ready? Who is road? Connection is like a road. Now road is ready. Now what we need? We need a vehicle. We don't need a vehicle. We don't need a vehicle. We need a vehicle. Why we need a vehicle? Why we need a vehicle? To send SQL query from Java program to database server over the road. Road means, and that vehicle is nothing but statement. That vehicle is nothing but are you following or not? So statement is like vehicle. Connection is like. So now connection is ready. Connection is road. Now we need a vehicle. Who is vehicle? To send SQL query from Java program to database server over the connection. Are you following or not? I hope you got the clarity. So say this. A connection is like a road between Java program and we need a vehicle who can carry SQL queries from Java program to the database server over the road. Road means connection. So a statement access vehicle. A statement access, following or not. So a statement is an object. A statement is an what are in Java, everything is what class object. So a statement is an object. Now, why we use statement object? And using statement object, we can send SQL queries from Java program to the database server over the connection. So a statement is an object. A statement is an and using statement object, a statement is an object, and using statement object we can send SQL queries Java program to the database server over the connection. Okay, understood. Now how many statements are there in JDBC? In JDBC, three statements are there, or three types of statements are there. In JDBC, three statements are there, or three types of statements are there. Sir, what are those? The first one, statement. The second one, prepared statement. The third one, callable statement. So how many statements are there in JDBC? There are three statements are there in JDBC. Statement, prepared statement, and callable statement. Now, right now we are using first one, statement. Later we will see prepared statement, callable. All are statements only. All are statement means all are objects only. Or a statement is an object now. Is this clear? All these are three statements we have in JDBC. Okay, and all statements are object. And listen, all these three statements are interfaces available in Java.SQL package. Array sir, what is this sir? Sometimes you're saying object, sometimes you're saying state interface. What is this sir? Why you're confusing? See, statement is an interface. Prepared statement is an interface. Callable statement is an interface. Can we create object to interface? We can create object to. And do we need to provide implementation class? Who provided? Database vendor. Are JDBC API. Who implementation? We know it already database vendor provided. So if I say statement implementation class object, if I say prepared statement object means it's implementation class object. If I say connection object means it's implementation class object. Okay, you think like that. Okay, it will be easy for you. If I say callable statement object means it's implementation class object, which is provided by database vendor. Okay. See, database vendors have provided the implementation classes to all the above three statements, all the above three statements, above three statements, which are interfaces. Are you following or not? And you tell me, so can we create object to statement, prepared statement, callable statement? No, but we can create object to their who provided implementation classes. So to create an object to implementation class, we have to know the implementation class name or not. But do we know the implementation class name? So can we create object? No. So creating object to their implementation classes is easy or difficult? So if it is difficult to create object to, we have to use factory method. Now you understood this. That's why Sun Microsystem has provided factory methods to create and return the object of all the above three interfaces implementation classes. So to create object to statement, we have a factory method. To create object to prepared statement, callable statement, we have factory method. Are you following or not? So we can create object to implementation class of an interface, but not interface. We can create reference variable to an interface to hold implementation class object. So listen, what is the method which will create an object of statement? Statement means its implementation class, because statement is an interface. Indirectly statement. Shall we? So we have one class. Which class? Connection. I'm saying class, but actually it is an interface. In connection, are you following? One method is there. Which method? Instance method is there. Create statement. What is the method name? The return type of this method is statement. Means this method creates and returns the object of statement. So it's a factory method, not a factory method. Which factory? Instance or static? This method is there. And this method is available in which class? Connection class. So to call this factory method, we need object. Which object? Connection class object. In second step, we got connection object. Popcorn, connection object, that is. Using connection object, we can call this method because it is available in connection class. And it creates and returns which object? So it's a factory method. Are you following or not? So tell me what this method will do. It creates and returns the object of, it creates and returns statement object, which is used to send the SQL queries from Java program to the database server. Following or not? From Java program to the database server. Is this clear, everyone? So I hope everyone understood till here. So we are using statement. Later we will see prepared statement, callable statement. But all are statement, and all statements are objects. And we use statement object to send SQL queries from Java program to database over the connection. Okay. So tell me, what the next step? Create the statement object. So tell me, we need a statement object to send the SQL queries from Java program to the database server over the connection. So we need a statement object or not? So tell me how to create statement object. To create statement object, we have to use factory method. Which factory method? Create statement. It is an instance method, static method. Available in which class? So how to call? Using connection object. In second step, we got connection object now already. What is connection object name? Con dot create statement. What this method returns? Object. Which object? So create statement class reference variable to hold statement object. Following or not? So is it mandatory STMT? Any name you take. I'm taking STMT. Any problem? So STMT is an object of statement. Who has created and written that object? Create statement. Factory method. Are you following or not? Now this statement object STMT will act as a vehicle, and using which we can send SQL queries. I hope you understood this. So with this, which step we have completed? Third step we have completed. Let's see the fourth step, shall we? So what is fourth step? Execute the SQL query. Tell me what do you mean by execute the SQL query? Road is ready, vehicle is ready. Using vehicle, send query. So see, using the statement object, sending the SQL query from Java program to the database server over the connection is called as execute SQL query. That is using vehicle, sending something over the road is called executing. Are you following or not? That is what. But listen, you tell me, in SQL we have different types of queries or not? DDL query, DML query, DCL query, right or not? DQL query, DDL query, TCL query, correct? But listen. In JDBC, not in SQL, in JDBC, SQL queries are divided into two groups. In JDBC, SQL queries are divided into two groups. The first group name is non-select queries. The second one is, in JDBC, all the SQL queries are divided into two groups, non-select queries and select queries. What do you mean by non-select queries? The queries which do not start with the select keyword. The queries which do not start with the select keyword are called non-select query. Example, insert, update, delete. These are called non-select queries because they will not start with, are you following or not? And the queries which start with the select keyword are called select queries. Example, select. So what is the fourth step? Execute the SQL query. SQL queries are two types, non-select queries. So if you want to send non-select queries, we have to use, are you following or not? To send non-select queries, Sun Microsystem has provided a method. Which method? Execute update method. Execute. Which take what as a parameter? String query. Pass that non-select query. And it returns some integer value. Are you following or not? Now, is this clear? So to send Select queries. Sun Microsystem has provided a method. Which method? Execute query. Execute query. The return type is result set. And it take parameter string query. So if you want to send non-select query, use execute query, execute update method. If you want to send non-select queries, use execute query method. Are you following or not? Now tell me, both these methods are instance methods or not? Or static method? Available in which class? Think and tell me. Available in which class? Statement class. Are you following or not? Both execute update and execute query methods are available in. So we need which object to call this methods? Statement class object. Already we have statement object STMT. Now I want to send which query? We created one table in database or not? Which table we created? Employee table we created or not? Let's connect to our database. Connect fp12_fp13/welcome1. Select star from employee. One table is there. Now do one thing. Remove the records. Truncate table employee. Only records I'm removing. Is this clear? Records are removed. Now tell me, table is empty or not empty? How many columns are there in this table? 4 columns. 4, 3. 4 column. Employee number, employee name, gender, and salary. Correct or not? So tell me, what is my requirement? I want to insert one record in employee table. So insert query I want to send. Insert query is a which query? Non-select. Tell me here. Already we have statement object in third step or not? Using statement object, call execute update. Tell me. STMT dot execute update. What it is parameter? String query. For pass query. Insert into employee values. Tell me values. 1 Ravi within single quote. Okay. Gender single quote. 1000 salary. What is the return type of execute update method? Integer. It returns some integer value or not? The return type of execute is integer. So it returns integer. See, if the query is executed successfully, execute update method returns in one integer value which is greater than 0. If the query is not executed successfully, some exception came, some problem came, execute update method returns an integer value which is less than 0. Greater than 0 means query is executed successfully. Less than 0 means query is not executed successfully. So we can write one condition. If n greater than 0, record is inserted. Else, record is not inserted. Recalling or not. You can write like that to know. Okay. So with this, which step is completed? Step 4. What is that? Execute this. Last step. After using the connection, if the connection is not in use, it is recommended to, then it is always recommended to close the connection. I told you the role, the problem. Every database provides some connections and connection limit will be there. And in real time, the application is running 24/7, 365 days. And a lot of people are using that application. And that through that application, they will create or establish the connection with the database. If all are taking the connection, nobody is closing the connection, what happens? If connection limit exceed, and if you try to create the connection, application will fail and throws exception. Are you following or not? So that's why it is recommended to close the connection to avoid this situation. Are you following or not? So how to close the connection? Very simple. We have a class called connection or not? In connection class, we have an instance method whose name is, the return type is